I'm sure the authorities don't look too good them doing any sacrifices. But here they are assembled, and you see they're in a circle. And what they do, these are the priests here holding those twigs. See that? Remember we talked about the mistletoe being given out to the people, believing that it was a powerful tool to do away with evil spirits. And what they do is they assemble there on Halloween night, and they believe that energies come down from the universe, travel into those stones, and are reflected, and in the center of that is a huge energy that they can tap. Whoa, wait a minute. Didn't we see that on that UN flag? The exact same thing with the people associated in a symbol, in a circle, assembled, and then inside of that was the energy source? And every year from September through November 1st, this tradition of the offering of sacrifices still continues. And this is why you have child abductions and school shootings. Now, I want to read to you something that came across to me today. And this is from Fox News, and it says, "Hunt underway in Chicago for a creepy clown who stalks children." And it says, "Parents on Chicago's South Side are on the edge after reports of a man dressed as a clown has tried to lure several children into his van. The creepy clown, who has been spotted 4 times in the past week on the city's west and south sides, wears a wig and full face paint and carries balloons when he approaches children. Area schools are on the alert, and some have even sent letters home to parents telling them to warn their children about talking to strangers." Here is an Ohio man. Burning cross was just a Halloween decoration. In Canton, Ohio, a Canton man accused of burning a cross in front of his home says he was arrested in a misunderstanding over his Halloween decorations. And it says that he wanted to make his annual yard display more authentic and set fire to the T-shaped wooden stand that holds up his scarecrow so it would look more weathered. Now, these people are so apt at abducting a child that all it takes, parents, is for you to turn your head just one time. You can be in a mall, you can be on your front porch and leave your child on the front porch, go in to answer the phone or go in to get something, come back out, and your son or daughter is gone. They usually use black vans. They paint the windows so you can't see in, and they will roll up, and I mean, there's 3 to 4 people in these vans. They can abduct a child before you know what's happened. And it makes my blood cringe whenever I see an Amber Alert on the TV during this time. It's because I know that, remember, Mabon is the gathering of sacrifices. It's the time when the sacrifices are gathered for Samhain. And that's why you have school shootings during this time, more than any other time. Is this a time of sacrifice? The kids at Columbine watched a video game called Doom, day in and day out, where you are attacked by zombie creatures. And if they bite you, you begin to get this infection, and you become one of them. And so you go around and you start shooting these creatures. In the next video that I'm planning to do, I'm going to show a screen of a video game called Kindergarten Killer, where you are a disgruntled bus driver at a school, and you begin to take a gun and you go from room to room shooting school children. Video game. It's still a time of sacrifice. What is the hidden agenda of Halloween? This is it. To fascinate, lure, and captivate our children to desire to be something other than themselves. That's the agenda. And you see it works. Because you have people like Harry Potter and some of those things that lure kids to want to become witches, want to become wizards. You want to have a special demon, little demon with you, a shape-shifting demon with you, as in the Golden Compass. It gives them a chance to be something they're not. They can be something totally different. And I'll tell you what, I've seen kids dress up, and as soon as that costume goes on, they're right in character. It's almost like their personality changes. In the last 3 to 4 years, I watched an interest and obsession with magic and all forms of occult be on the rise. And what stunned me was that the largest group had once been school children, but now was being outnumbered by adults. And I thought it was kind of ironic, because when I was on the tour on the Under the Spell of Harry Potter, when I was on that tour, God managed to put me on a plane, and never failed, there would be one adult or two adults on that plane reading Harry Potter books. It was a great time to minister, but it just stunned me. It dawned on me that it's not the kids, because the kids don't have the money to go out and buy these almost $50 books. It's the parents. It's the adults that go out and get it for them. And the more they begin to read it to their children, the more they get into the story, now they've got to find the next book so that they can find out what happened. And now they get wrapped up in it. And even Christians find themselves amazed and fascinated by the occult. Even Christians. It's all part of the strategy. After all, we've been told by our prominent church leaders, I remember when Chuck Colson came out, and he said, we've got to embrace all religions, and he's not the only one that said that. And we've got to realize that witchcraft and Satanism are a religion, and they're a protected religion. That means if they want to open up a satanic church right next door to you, legally there's nothing you can do about it, because they're protected. On the outside, these practices appear to be fun, and they're somewhat innocent, but the Lord doesn't see it that way. And he speaks of those things that he hates and he detests in Deuteronomy 18. And even the media has grasped onto this. Now, I wonder if some of you have seen some of these. These are programs that are on television now. One of them is called Ghost Hunters. And these are plumbers by day and ghost hunters by night. And what they do, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel, and what they do is they go into places that are reported to be haunted, and people see apparitions in the house, or they see things moving around, or they've had attacks go on. And so what these guys do is they go in, they do what's called electronic voice projection, and you can't hear the spirit speak to you. In other words, a ghost can't speak to you where you can audibly hear him, but he can talk on a tape recorder. And so what they do is they take this special tape recorder, and they put it on a table in that house, and supposedly the spirit speaks to them on this tape recorder. So when they play it back, they hear the voice of the spirit speaking. Another one is Paranormal State, and these are college students that have formed a paranormal investigation team. And what they do, they don't just go out looking for ghosts, they go out looking for demons. There was one episode where there was an 8-year-old boy, and he was being attacked. I mean, literally attacked, being thrown against a wall, being scratched, being literally attacked physically by something in the house. And so they went into this house, and they played the Ouija board, and they contacted this spirit, and the spirit attacked the boy, and you saw him fall off of a chair, and he grabbed his stomach, and they opened up his shirt, and there was 4 scratches across his stomach. Now, ghosts don't do that. That's not the spirit of Uncle Bob or Aunt Lucy, okay? That's a demonic spirit. That's a demonic attack. There's most haunted places, haunted America. Oh yeah, there's even Montel featuring a woman called Sylvia Brown. And Sylvia, good old Sylvia, she's a psychic, you know. What she does is she talks to these people and she sees dead people, okay? And they're all over the place. They're all around you. And she talks to them and they talk to her. And so, you know, you can find out where Uncle Bob kept the inheritance or hid your money type of thing. So she tells them, well, this is just Uncle Bill, and he's mad because you moved the piano from the family room to the playroom, and if you'll move the piano back, he says that he'll stop all this attacks and everything will be okay. And so they do it. Then all of a sudden the spirit stuff stops, and now they're happy. And you know what they've done? They've just given that spirit license to be there. Instead of going in and casting it out, they told it it's welcome, and it will stay there. And the elements of this satanic ceremony called Halloween is fear. See, people like to be afraid. It's the thrill of the rush. That's why you get on a big roller coaster, and you're going down that roller coaster, and you do the most stupid thing, I think, is you stand up or you throw your hands up in the air while you're getting ready to go down. You know, it's the thrill of the rush. It's that rush of fear, that adrenaline rush that we all search for. That's why your teenagers go to those slasher movies where they're killing teenagers by the droves, and they're slicing them up, and they're mutilating them. It's the kind of thing that if you can sit there with your girlfriend and not get scared, not cringe or jump, but she's over there just literally going off, then you're the man, okay? So it's an element of fear, because see, fear will grip you faster than any other emotion.